right, what's up? What's up, people? How y'all doing? Thank y'all for being here, watching, listening, all of that. Take all of this in because this is something very important. This is part 2 of Wordplay. I'm putting these out here so that we can see in clear and plain sight what is actually being said, what's being seen with these words. We can't just look at the words, as I told you from the first segment, just as it is. You have to take words, take letters, you have to move them, okay, in order to be able to decipher what they're really trying to say, okay? And when you see that, things come a little more clear to you. The first word that I see that we got up there is Jesus, and equals Zeus. Well, Zeus is the god in Greek mythology. So, you know, the Greeks came before the story of Jesus. So this is it. Also in old Latin tongue, or even now in the Latin America and the Latin tongue, you have Jesus. That's the way they would say that name. So it was never Jesus. Like, the name Jesus was a slave ship that the Europeans used to capture over 400 slaves. You guys got to look up your history. You know, there's a lot of origin to certain words that we see and where they come from. So you have to be kind of observant of how these words are put together so that you could decipher it. It's all a code. Remember, it's an alpha beta system. So now you have the system to decipher these words and know what they really mean, or what's inside of these words, okay? Dissecting these words, that's what wordplay is. The next word is heart, or earth, okay? Earth equals heart, or heart equals earth. You could take it, the H from the end of earth, and you could make the word heart, just like that. That's a body part. That's a natural part from the earth, okay? You know, and also you have the word ear in that, E-A-R, okay? You have the word eat, you have the word heat, you have hear, H-E-A-R, okay? You have the word hat, you know, that the hat would actually go on your head or your dome. So, you know, this is a lot of physical parts out of this word. You know, you have tar, you have tea, you have tear, you know, tear, your tears, okay? Yeah, so there's a lot of stuff there that you could get out of earth, okay? So going on down, there's that word that we always strive to decipher too in our thinking, because this is the word that a lot of people mistake for knowing, the word believe. As you can see clearly there when I, you know, had it broke down into syllables. You have B, and then you have the word lie, L-I-E, and then you have the word V-E. So you have be lie, okay, inside of this word. Okay, so that's like believing in a lie. So basically what we as truthers actually say is, why would you have to believe in something if it is true? Why would we have to believe in something if it is already true? See, the truth is something that resonates with a person's heart. There we go again. So if it's true, there's no need for me to convince you to believe. It's already true. You feel it already. You could actually tell me because you feel it. Okay? And the belief and the knowing is, as you can see, believing is something that is in the mind. Okay, because the mind plays tricks on you, but your heart never plays any tricks. So that's why when you believe and you know, you could feel this in your heart. That's why when you say you memorize, you say you know it by heart. You don't memorize by your mind. Okay, so you don't have to convince the heart, because the heart knows. The earth knows. You don't have to convince or manipulate or try to do anything to the heart to make it believe you. The heart knows, but you have to convince a lie to make persons believe you. Okay, so look at that word closely. You could always get into it and get deeper, okay? Because to believe in a lie is what the world wants us to do. So we need to be stronger than believing in a lie. We need to come up out of that ignorance. We need to step up. Knowledge is to know the ledge, okay? We said that. When you know the ledge, then you will not have to believe. You know. You can go over there and see. All right? You can experience for yourself. You also have be evil out of the word believe. You just move up a couple of words and do the jumbling thing that I always tell you to do. And then you have be evil. So believing is also a form of being evil. All right? Or be vile. However you want to put it. Okay? Yeah, be evil, be vile. That's it. That's from the word believe. So if you have to be convinced, then you should question why you have to be convinced. If people talk to you and your heart resonates with this, or resonates with what they're saying, then you know that it's true, because you don't have to be convinced. Okay? Moving on down the line, we have the word Eden, E-D-E-N. Okay, now with that, you can see I have equals need, because if you could just take the N and put at the beginning and put the D at the end, then you have need. So there it is. The Garden of Eden was the Garden of Need, aka the earth. The earth needs heat, air, and water to continue to produce and reproduce. It's a cycle. So the Garden of Eden was the Garden of Need, which was just the earth. I mean, there was a certain spot that they was, at the beginning of time when everything happened at that 0 point where there was only one concentric land that was considered the Garden of Eden from the center of the earth where the tree of life is. So that Garden of Need, it needed everything. It needed water, it needed grass, it needed animals, it needed people, it needed everything. Okay, so look at the words and you will see certain little things that make up these words. All right, moving on down, you got the word journey. Journey equals a quest. Okay, a journey equals a quest. And it's broken off right here. I think I have it better in another. One. But a journey is a quest. Okay? And if you see it, you can see the word question next. And we could just break that down to quest I on. All right? So on your journey, on your quest, you're gonna come up on certain things that you're gonna have some serious doubts about, or some inclinations, some perceptions. So you're gonna question it because you're on a quest. So the quest I am on is gonna derive certain questions that deserve answers. Okay? And everything in this life deserves answers if it is questioned. And that answer is there. No one can tell you that they don't have an answer for the question that you have. If they do, then would it be so that this question doesn't exist? Then that means this quest or this journey is false, or it's just a figment of our imagination. So you have to quest everything that you come up on, because this is how you gain and get understanding. This is how you get truth. Okay, your journey is gonna come with a lot of things that you don't quite understand. So while you don't understand, question these things, and don't be afraid to question these things, no matter what. Next word you can see, as I said, it's cut off a little bit, but we know the word is government. The word government, if you break that down, you have govern, and then you have the prefix ment. which is now from a prefix of the word govern to the the suffix of the word govern, the word meant. Now you got the prefix now to the word mentality or mental, as you can see under the word government. So govern mentality, govern thy mentality, or govern the mentality, or govern the mental. That's what the government does. Now I'm sure a lot of people who's listening here, they're free thinkers, they're free will, free spirit. You know what I mean? You don't want people governing your mentality, because then that's gonna cause you to do things that you probably don't want to go and do. This is gonna go against your grain. So what's the real purpose of the government? Ask yourself that. The government also uses something called CGI. I mean, I didn't put it straight out. I put it down, going down, because whenever you see capital letters, as I explained on certain teachings that I have, capital letters, all across, it's an acronym. An acronym is a word that spells something, but each letter means something else. There are different words for each of those letters. All right, so you got CGI, which is computer graphic images. These are the images that are used by NASA. Sounds funny, right? I know. It's cold, it's crazy. The world is cold and it's crazy, but what we're doing is awakening to this cold and craziness that's happening. So that's why you hear these teachings coming out from people, because we waking up. Computer graphic images have been used in all our science books, to show us this outer space. I mean, I'm not getting ready to get back and forth with you. If you were a glober, if you believe that this is a globe or a flat earth, I have videos that's coming out that's going to be dealing with either globe or flat earth thinking. And but NASA, they're pushing the heliocentric globe model, which is wrong, so that they can have this space operation that steals a few trillions of dollars of the taxpayers' money every year for a program that is actually fake. Okay, because there's no outer space. I'm sorry, that's a big red pill that y'all all gotta swallow. Outer space, in the light that we've learned it, with these galaxies and different planets and aliens and all of that, it's all CGI, simulated computer graphic images. Yep. Look at the pictures good, because if you look at all the pictures in your science, go back good. Look at all your science book pictures and notice there was never anything real about space, the planets. You never saw anything real, concentric. You know what I mean? Nothing that showed life forms. It was just what the government always told us. Remember, it's govern the mentality. So we have to obviously have CGI. We can't show them, the real truth. Okay? Yeah. So going out of space would not actually be going out of the sky and going up into a black, deep, dark, endless space where there's nothing, chaos. That doesn't exist. Going out of space would be the outer concentric lands of this very earth that we're on. Okay? No one leaves this earth. Do your research. You'll find out for yourself. Okay, this is not conspiracy. These are facts. I don't talk conspiracy because it makes no sense. There's too much of that going out. If I even hear a conspiracy, I try to get the facts first. Now the next word that I'm dealing with is serpent. As you can see, serpent equals present. P-R-E-S-E-N-T, serpent, S-E-R-P-E-N-T, serpent. So a serpent is just, present, or telling the present time. I guess that snake was telling Eve, the present time of what's going to happen. Okay? So serpent, present. Present is a gift. The present is now. Your gift is now, so that you can learn what I'm teaching you. Okay, take it in. Next word, you got entertainment, which, it shows that you put this word together is to enter a tainted mentality where reality is not real. Okay, so you have to enter a tainted mentality in order to be able to do what you're doing. Look at the Hollywood stars, the porn stars, those young girls, those teens. They got to be in a tainted mentality to be doing that. To be doing that on camera. I mean, that's private business. I understand y'all trying to make a buck, but, you have to be in a tainted mentality. Most of these teens, they be doped up and on some LSD or speed or something. Not only those movies, you got Hollywood movies that you can see. You can tell these actors they're on something. They're in a tainted mentality as what they're actually perceiving in these movies are real, but they're not. It's just a figment of our imagination, but they use this tainted mentality to also bring forth agenda. So they show you certain things in the movies first, and it becomes like what they call the Mandela effect. Something that you thought happened before is going to happen, or it's happening now, and because you probably saw the movie, you thought it really happened in real life. It didn't happen. Even with this pandemic, all these things were movies first. It's like a drill. And then from the movie, you just know what to do because you remember them talking the same things on the movies. Yeah. So enter a tainted mentality. Don't be tainted. Entertainment, okay, fine. You watch it, you see it, but don't be tainted by the mentality that it puts you in. These songs, these videos, you gotta be careful. There's symbolism in them now. So now, don't watch the video and be tranced by the video. Watch the video with an open eye and see certain symbolism that they put in there. See the tainted mentality that puts these people in that type of situation. Yeah, see what it is. That's what you have to do. You enter their tainted mentality and see how twisted things really are. Now you got the next word is men, and I put equals woe man, because just to show you that woman comes before a man, because the word woman is W-O before the word man, right? So woe comes before man, so the woman come before men, basically. Okay, that's the reason why I put that there. Men equals woman, or woman equals man. See, she got both in her. She got the woman part, and at the end she's got the man part. Okay, so that's just something I put up there. I already talked about the ment suffix, M-E-N-T and M-E-A-N-T. That's just what they meant to do when they put that enter your tainted mentality. They meant to do what they're doing. And your woman and your womantality, they attack the women's minds with certain videos that they put out there, and guys giving women money and all these big rich things that is just a fairy tale in the mentality of these people, but they think it's real. These videos, these music videos, commercials. It's a mentality. It's tainted, and he does it to the men and the women. If you look at the word home, the word home, H-O-M-E, is the same thing as the word womb that is under it. If you check the levels, because you simply just the H, you could just like the lines in the W and the middle part of the W, you could take the H and do that, and then the E at the end of home, you could just extend those little curves at the end of the E to make those arches to make that B. So you got womb. So that's why men believe that the home or the womb is home, because it's right there in the word. It's right there. Wake up, y'all. I mean, I know there's other ways that these things could be looked at, but the way that I put it out there is the way that it's perceived whenever it's seen from new and fresh eyes that's taking close looks at these type of things. A lot of these words, you know, people, it's nonchalant to them. They don't really, it's nothing that they you know, they don't care about it. It's just, oh, that doesn't matter to me. They keep going. They're part of the AI. They don't notice certain things. They just homework. That's all they do. Home to work. That's all they do. No one has a chance to actually research and study. Some people do. And that's why we're doing this. All right. So you got to wake up. That's that word. Wake. Be awake. Next word I got is protract. Then you got contract. Pro is good. Con is bad. So if you sign in a contract, right there and there, you know that you signing something that's going to be a con job. You know, a tract is the first or the prefix of the word tractual. Okay, and that's just like an agreement that can be tracked. Okay, tractual agreement, contractual agreement. Okay, contract. So you should think about these words. Protract would be something that would be good. It's a positive tractual agreement between you and your company or you and your employer. Contract is a negative tractual agreement between you and the employer. What does that mean? Why is it a contract? Why do I have to sign a contract? Because it's a con job. They never say, hey, sign this protract and we should have a healthy career with you for 20 years. It's a contract because they tell you after 3 months you could be fired after evaluation and they don't accept you. And then within this period of time, you could be fired at any time without notice. Really? Wow. That's what's in a contract, y'all. Okay, so looking at the word birth, B-I-T-R-H. Sorry, I'm spelling stuff wrong. B-I-R-T-H. B-I-R-T-H. Let me get that right, y'all. Alright, so in that word you can see, if you separate the B-I-R, you know, you have birth, B-I-R, and then you have T-H, right? So there you have the rib. Just put the E on TH, then you put the D, just turn the RIB or the BIR around and you got the rib. That's the same place that they said Adam, you know, made the woman from, the rib. And that's a birth. Laid him down to sleep, you know, put up his arm and took out a rib. And that's bam, magically how the woman came. I know, right? Yeah. Really? I know some women looking at like, come on, really? Yeah, so y'all supposed to have came out of our rib according to certain literature and scriptures. I don't believe that. Like, you know, I know that. I don't have to say the word believe. I know that's not true. And as you can see here, you could, you know, to separate the BIR, it's the same thing. Bird, B-I-R-D. Okay? The bird or the birth. Okay? This was interesting because a friend of mine was like, look at this. This is just the simple word earth. B-I-R-T-H. E-A-R-T-H. Okay? Because, you know, the B is just taking off those arches. And that's good. That, you know, that's take those arches off of the B and use them on the line that, you know, that line that makes the I, and turn it into an A. Straighten out those arches and turn it into an A. You've got earth from the word birth. Birth, earth. It sounds a lot alike too. Okay, and then you got certificate. You can see, this part is cut off a little bit. Hold on, let me see. Right. Certificate. And with the certificate, you got the word rectificate. Okay, so it's like rectify. Or you got the word certify in there, or ficate, or erratic. The word ear is in it. The word cat, at. Okay, certificate. So it's a birth certificate, earth certificate. That's basically what it is. That piece of paper is to show that you're a part of earth. If you don't have that, the government don't know where you at. They don't know where you live. They don't know anything about you. Also, this birth certificate is supposed to be worth $10 million in the United States currency. Each person's birth certificate. I don't know how true that is, but I'm putting it on the video because it's something that has been floating in the atmosphere before. I've heard that our birth certificate was worth a lot of money. Okay, and our organs as well is signed over to the government when we die, so that they can use it for transplants. And that's I think that's been done at the beginning of the signing of this birth certificate, where we didn't know. It's turning our bodies over to the government. It's on a low. It goes deeper than everything that y'all think. Okay, there you go. You got the word horoscope. It's coming from the ancient Egyptian Horus, right? Horus, and then the word scope. That's like to see or to look. Scope to see now, right? So it was a God scope, right? The eye of Horus. That's in the dollar. That's in the $1 bill. So the eye of Horus, that God's eye. See, even in the $1 bill, you can see that it's showing you that it's got that sunlight ray looking out, like that's that scope. So horoscope is a God's scope, basically. So don't look at that. Use your horoscope. Look at it. Use the sky to tell your horoscope, not basically what these soothsayers are saying in magazines and stuff like that. But the horoscope is something that if you use observatory reality, you could come out with, what the real nature of these signs actually really mean, and come up with your own little paragraphs as to the interactions between signs. Use your horoscope, your God's scope. That's what you've been given. You've been given a God's eye to see over things, oversee things too. And that comes with the word intuition. This is the final word on the list for wordplay number 2. I know this video went a little bit double the time, but I had a little bit more information, so I had to share that with you. Also, I hope that y'all enjoy the music on this one, because I'm putting together now, each of my segments are going to have some instrumentals in the background to kind of keep the thing going and make sure that everybody has that mentality to think. Excuse me. And also listen to the music. The original songs, the original tracks that I put together on Fruity Loops and different programs that we use to make the beats. So we're putting out our talents out there left and right. So this intuition, you can look at it. Into it, I am on. Into it, I am on. Into it, I on. Into it. Let's be into it. Let's be into this knowledge. Let's use our intuitive knowledge and our intuition to put forth stuff that people need to hear. Let's use our intuition to take a step forward and be stronger than just being someone who could be pushed over. We've always been a race of people who have been stepped on and bamboozled and beat. But what are we going to do about it? Is it going to be talking? No, we need to do something. First thing we need to do is to wake up. I keep saying it. Use your intuition to wake up. Your intuition to tell you to go study. Don't take things on face value. Open it up. Dissect it. That's what we're doing. Okay? This world is ours. Remember that. This world is yours. You can look yourself in the eyes right now and you can tell yourself that this world belongs to you. Everything is supposed to be yours to use. Every abundant resource that the world produces without worry, without care, without quarrel. The world just, if there's an apple tree over there, it's just going to keep producing apples as long as it's there. That's what's going to happen, and that's what's happening with the world. So look at yourself, know you the evolution, because this is what it is. It's time to wake up. It's time to open up your eyes and your mind now. It's time to do things right. Each one teach one. All right? No candle loses its flame by lighting another. And I'm enlightening y'all. That's what I'm doing. Whoever ain't got a lighter, don't worry. That's what I've been put here for. Peace be with